next forum, where the true fans rally. Just Hella's in the house now. Let's talk the real story. Hang it up.
You clearly write your episodes, right? Like you're reading on a script. You're not improving the whole time.
Yeah, I actually improving 90% of it. I come up with I come up with a very rough outline in my head, and I just start talking.
How much editing? How much editing?
I was gonna say,
my first
Jeff, you just are you serious?
It's how I stay authentic. I probably should mention I'm a high school teacher, so I'm basically doing what I do all day long, pretty much. I talk more in the videos than I do in front of a class, but
okay.
I'm kind of used to talking on my feet, and I used to overly plan my lessons, and I found that it made me a lot less human with my students. When you're running off of a script, there's no interplay. And when I make my episodes, okay, this is going to sound really weird, but when I'm making my episodes, the person that I kind of have in mind that I'm trying to be is Steve from Blue's Clues.
Okay.
I didn't get that, but
it's after my time. My kids grew up on him. But I read an interview with him one time where he said the way that he keeps it so personable is he imagines he's talking to one kid. And I was like, that's amazing. So when I make my episodes, I'm not talking to, the 4,000 people who are watching. I'm talking to one person, and I'm trying to just help them understand my enthusiasm. So I don't want to script it more than I have to. My first few episodes, actually, if you watch carefully, there are no edits. I did the original ones just in one take. I didn't know how to edit back then. I do now edit it quite a bit because, honestly, with more people watching, I get more nervous. So I trip over my tongue more. Like, oh, wow, people are actually paying attention. I don't want to screw this up. But at the beginning, it's just me just talking.
I will tell you, I get that ethos because the reason we're doing this live is I'm not if you give me the ability to edit out something stupid, I will take advantage of it. So if I'm live and it's going out there, I have to be on. I had to dig into your past, and you weren't obviously an easy guy to dig a lot of information on. Your Wikipedia page doesn't exist yet, but it will. It's just, and I want to give the respect of talking to you like a human instead of, oh, we'll edit that out. Don't worry about that. Right. And then just some clumsy edit where we try to just jam stuff together. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But thankfully, people like you and a lot of other people, it's just great to talk to. Again, when you have that thing in common, you can do it. So that's great. High school teacher, though, no, I didn't get that. Blue's Clues, definitely didn't get that. But the how you talk to the camera, I started to notice there are certain people that are talking to an audience. I watch a travel blogger, Mike OK. And in my mind, he's talking to the audience. There's not one person on the other side. And I watch somebody else, I want to say he's Musty. He does old car repair stuff. And he's talking to a person. I imagine every time he turns the camera on, it's like, all right, Bob, today we're going to work on this. And he cuts out the okay, Bob part. Like he's already addressed and said hi to the person this video is for. And he cuts that out. And then he lets you watch the video interaction that he's going to send to his friend, Bob. Like it's a mindset thing that I try to get into too. But I've noticed if you pay a lot of attention, eventually it kind of comes through.
Yeah, I guess Ernest did it even first. Remember Ernest with Hey Vern back in the day?
Yes.
Yes. Or Ernest Worrell. Ernest P. Worrell.
Ernest P. Worrell. Yeah, man.
I hated it back then, but he probably did it first.
I appreciate him now.
Yeah,
I didn't like it then. I didn't like the bit, but I appreciate him in ways that I couldn't have before. Like that he had to invent this and stick with it, and that wasn't really him.
An actor from Juilliard who was like a serious actor, but he found his Larry the Cable Guy. I should not compare, but like he was like a serious actor who found this and he just stuck with it. That is consistency. That is
you go with what you got.
Yeah. Hey, can I I hate to shift gears too hard here, Jeff, but like I gotta ask, like with the you're a high school teacher, and clearly there's a big change in culture and whatnot. We just talked about pop figures earlier. With the students and whatnot, I mean, I can't imagine kids are grabbing, running to free comic book day or anything like that. How is that culture taking on? Is it more manga based, or is it like, are you seeing kids like grabbing books, or is it like, I remember when they tried to put them on Kindle for like 5 minutes, and that really worked out really well. So
there is a resurgence. There are some kids who are, largely from their parents. They have a passion for the old stuff.
Sweet.
And they're not buying the crap that like Marvel's putting out now, where they're trying to like repackage the Masterworks as like, little manga sized things. That's not appealing to them. They want to go through the old, $5 and $10 bins and find that stuff. There are,
It's a fun thing, man.
Yeah, you've got, I was talking to students today about My Hero Academia. Manga's here. It does speak to them too, and some of it's pretty great. Comic books aren't dead. There is still a love for them, but even the kids who are into comics now, most of them aren't buying the new stuff. They're buying the old stuff.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's because there was a certain, and again, I'm not trying to be like old man's ass here, but like there was a time like when we were talking about Eides, which was just an iconic place in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and going through and just the smell of going through the comics and whatnot. And even if you didn't have the smell, do you guys remember the old Rob Liefeld days where you'd get a pack of comics that were all X-Men and everybody was Jack Diesel and they had a plastic, you'd open the plastic, you get one card and then like 4 comics in it, and they were all the same comic. But their thrill was still there, and it's like, is that passed down? Does that translate to this new generation? And do they want that or not? I mean, maybe, I don't know. We didn't have our heads screwed on tight. I don't know. It's just one of those things I always wonder, because I go through the Barnes and Nobles and whatnot, and you just kind of see like a lot of graphic novels and you're like, okay, cool. Yeah, sure. But I mean,
there are still kids who like, it's fun. You have a kid coming who just discovered foil covers for the first time. It's like, or gatefold covers. Like, look, it keeps going.
Yeah.
Wow.
I will say the one thing I'll give props to the new generation: cosplay. Like, it is a whole different animal. Like, that is just amazing art. Like,
absolutely. And they know their stuff. Like, I had a kid just today. I don't really advertise him Comic Book Geek, but it's on my walls. You can see it. And this kid, I was not even one of my students, just came and started quizzing me about DC heroes. And he was like citing some really obscure stuff. And then he went to like Kirby's New Gods. And I'm like, dude, there's hope for the next generation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, that is deep cut. I love it. I love it.
Yes, you have on your chalkboard, A is for Avengers Assemble.
It's cute that you think I still have a chalkboard. That's amazing.
What, they don't have chalkboards anymore?
No, I've got
whiteboards
now.
What do you write on?
I've always wanted to kind of like do the thing, the screeching and like break the kids' eardrums, but no, that's
works better. I always keep this app on my phone for when there's little annoying kids. They just have their phone on way too loud and they're hanging out too close to me, and I hate the sound of phone. I have the high pitch noise thing that I can't hear anymore that they can hear. I just play that and they go away. Like,
that's amazing.
They can't even narc me out to their parents. They can't hear it either.
I still can, believe it or not. I don't know why. People
I've lost 2 of the 3.
I hear them, but I hear that.
2 of the 3, like I can no longer hear television, old CRTs, and yes, I have some, because I'm old. My Commodore 64 collection. I have my Commodore 64 and the box it came in on, and the receipt that my mother paid for at Hill's department store. Like, it is my treasure. And I also have an SX64 luggable giant monster that I got in a thrift store for $75.
Lodestar, 8,1.
Yep. I live that. I live that. Also, I could blam like that. Like, it was one of those things we would see. You could type it the fastest. So you get your fingers in a certain position, and you
when I found out you could actually type basic codes into there, I was, oh my gosh. Pitfall. Wow. Congo, Bongo. It's all coming back to me. Look what you're doing. Nostalgia access.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, speaking of nostalgia, I did want to ask, because we're on Eides. How did you find out about Eides? How did you first end up at Eides? Like, I'm curious because you're not a Pittsburgher. I had to know it because I'm a nerd in Pittsburgh.
Real quick, did you explain what Eides is? Because I feel like
we touched on it, but I will go into it real quick. Eides is a comic book store in Pittsburgh that's more than a comic book store. It's a music store. They have an upstairs book loft of weird and usually not in every bookstore books. Like Anarchist Cookbook was there. I don't know if it still is. They have a little bit of everything. Counterculture being, I would say, on the peak of what they're looking for. And we got jean jacket patches there. We got concert shirts. We got bands.
Josh actually lost his mouth virginity to a furry on the 3rd floor of Eides. So sorry.
Yeah, he's not there.
He was gentle.
Was there a question somewhere in there?
Eides.
I love it. Oh,
what We do have many fine comic book stores. We have Phantom of the Attic, which I absolutely love. There's some really good stores around here, but Eides is the store.
Yeah. So back in probably 20 years ago, when my buddy and I both started getting back into comics at the same time, what we would do, we hadn't really discovered comic book conventions yet, and I'm glad we hadn't, because what we did instead that was so much more fun is we would early days of the internet, we would sort of search for all of the comic stores within a reasonable driving distance of us, and we would take like a 2-hour trip out and see 8 comic stores we'd never seen before in that direction. So Eides, sorry, I used to call it Eides. I never knew how to say it. Eides was probably trip number 14, but it was by far the coolest store I've ever gone to. And I remember and this is how magical this store is. I found 2 Grails I never thought I'd own on the same day in that store on 2 different levels. And one was Silver Surfer: The Ultimate Cosmic Experience, which was the Jack Kirby Stan Lee reunion comic. That's the best Silver Surfer story ever told. And they had it just sitting there on the second floor, like not with the comic books, for $20. And like I've been chasing that thing forever, and there it was.
Snag.
The even better one was I wanted the first appearance of Man-Thing in Savage. Was it Savage Tales #1? I think so.
I would not be that guy. My buddy Will would.
Besides, it's fun to say Man-Thing.
It really is at the end of the day.
Yeah. So I went in there, and on the wall they have Man-Thing. And I admire the Man-Thing, but it was way out of the price range as you'd expect the giant Man-Thing to be. And then I'm sad I couldn't have it. So I start going into their bins, and there's another copy of it sitting there, same condition, for like a fourth of the price. And one of the fun mysteries of Eides is that happens all the time. They have so many great comics, they're not even consistent in pricing them. So I got it for an insanely low price, and it made my year. And every time I go to Eides, I find a treat. There's always something there that I never would have expected to find at a price I never would have been looking for. And they should be paying us for doing this segment. But
they should.
If you've never been there, you got to go.
You got to go. You got to go.
It
was same thing.
I've never walked out of there empty-handed.
Yeah. I walked out with a giant-sized Man-Thing.
It was even wintertime too, which made it really awkward.
Right.
Found every issue of Preacher. I didn't know what Preacher was per se. Wizard was like really pushing Preacher, and I walked over and it was like $1, and so I got issue 1, and then I went back to work, which was across the street. Read it. I was like, this is, I don't know. Went back, another issue 2, and issue 3, and issue 4, and now I'm not working. I'm literally not doing my job, which was a very I should not be working. It was like a way good job, way better than me. And I would just constantly just go across the street. And now I'm an addict, and I'm going back over for where's issue 7? Where's issue 34? Because I think it was 66 issues. Correct me if I'm wrong, Josh. But Preacher by Garth Ennis is 66 issues, or Jeff. Yeah, sorry. I apologize. But yeah, and it was got through the whole thing in 1 or 2 weeks, for the price of $66. It was
wow,
this is amazing.
Did you guys ever read that Stephen King novel, Needful Things?
No.
I'm not a. I was a Clive Barker guy more than Stephen King.
I'm not a Stephen King fan either, but it's usually a language people speak. And Needful Things it's this shop, and whenever you go into it, whatever it is you're looking for, it just magically appears. And I just kind of like that, where too many times I've been there, and I swear it seems like nobody's working, there's nobody around. And I'm just sort of looking around, and then suddenly you just notice something on the counter that wasn't there before. And you're like, who put that there? And it's exactly
what you're looking for.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, if you're gonna find a Mogwai, it would be an Eides. If 100%, just so if you've never been there, that's where you're gonna find. I've went in. I didn't work as close as Zaz did when I worked downtown, but it was painful. I had to avoid going in that direction because I could not walk out without something. Right. I would often walk in I'm going to look for this CD by so-and-so, and they wouldn't have it. Then I wander upstairs in the book section, oh, he's wanted that book. Go to the comic book section. Oh, I can't believe that. Because again, I went through a phase in the 90s because it was so aggressive, and everybody thought they were going to make their $1 million with comics as well. I have issue number 1s from comic book companies that didn't last. Issue number 2 I have a collection of those like nobody else because I always thought it was great to see people try. And I didn't mean that in a weird way. Like they got it out the door and I never did that. So I wanted to support them by at least buying one. And there was a lot of turds out there. Don't get me wrong. But like, so I'd go to Eides and like find me issue 1 of nothing. Nobody cares about, the box in the back with a caved in lid that has no cardboard backs in it. I want to look at that one. So yeah.
You'd find 2 Mogwai.
2 Mogwai.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I do have a sequel.
Buddy.
I have a sequel written in my head for another Gremlins, but they'll never do it.
Aren't they doing another Gremlins now?
I think they said they're going to do it, but like my idea for the sequel is that'd be a little more fun.
Do we have time for you to pitch it? I kind of want to hear this now.
Oh, let's go. I am all for this. Yes.
No, because I can't remember all of my pitch. I have it written down actually. So it's a tease. I
hope at least
you on because we got to get out of here. We're running late.
It's no fun being a guest when the host has way cooler things to say than I do.
I don't.
Okay, just quick yes or no question. Is Belle Biv DeVoe in this at all? Because I have a weird feeling you're going to shoehorn in Mike Patton or Belle Biv DeVoe.
Patrick Stewart.
That Mogwai's poison?
No, it had something to do with some interesting trait about
Gremlins.
If you didn't turn them into something I wrote it around Gizmo specifically and breaking the rules in a different way. Like what if you didn't know those are the rules and it was a time zone thing? And I just got kind of weird with it and I kind of broke him. The Gremlins were not the same Gremlins anymore.
By the way, when is it not after midnight?
Exactly.
Thank you.
That was the kind of thing I was working on.
Air high five. There we go. There's that. Yep.
What if there's too much moisture in the air?
I mean, oh my God. The movie Signs with Gremlins. Was that the right one? Anyway.
By the way, I just saw Wizard of Oz at the Sphere in Las Vegas, and there's something I like to point out to people who love the Wizard of Oz. In the end, Toto dies.
Jesus. What the fuck? All right.
He does. I'm not making that up. When she gets back from Oz, she's in her bed surrounded by all these people. And I saw you there and you there and you there. Also, Elvira Gulch is still there and still has a note from the sheriff to put that dog down. That never changed.
Right.
Toto's toast.
I thought you meant maybe the tornado got him. That might have been
maybe
a less cruel death.
Right.
Louis C.K. pointed out that her Auntie M was the first person to shut the door on her. Like the tornado was like, Dorothy. Oh, you're so damn. Auntie M. Get to the bed.
I just like that you dropped probably around $2,000 to go see this in the Sphere, and the first thought is you overanalyzing something like Mystery Science Theater. Like, that dog's toast, guys. What are we doing here? Like, he dead.
Kill him. Half an hour, she's coming back for that dog, unless she got hit by the tornado. Wait,
I'm so amazed, the Tin Man didn't end Dorothy because he's right there when she goes, Scarecrow, I'll miss you most of all. He's got an axe in his hand. I'm like, after all that,
bitch, I saved your life.
Wow.
Yeah. The meme where it's like the Scarecrow had a gun the entire time and nobody talks about that. Like straight up a pistol. He didn't cast that once. Like roll for bullets. I don't know. Try that.
All right. We're going to get out of here. And,
did we start the episode yet?
Okay. So now that we've started the episode, first question. You like comics, Jeff?
Oh yeah, I've heard of them before. They're good.
So listen, I wanted to make sure we talked about the classic chiller movies, the YouTube shorts thing. By the way, did you know YouTube now has live shorts you can do? I don't know how to get them, but they exist. You can't find them. You have to go through shorts, and eventually one might pop up. But they're not limited. So I don't know why they're called shorts. They're vertical. More crap.
Anyway, for continuing to make things nobody asked for.
Yeah, and thrifting. I just wanted before we get out. Do you still enjoy thrifting? Is there still pleasure in it?
Yeah, but not in person doesn't usually work for me because my tastes are too obscure now. But in a way, I think you can still thrift on eBay because you can find stuff that nobody knows what it is, and that's still the adventure. If you're looking for something like Optimus Prime, nobody's going to be selling one by mistake. But you get these random lots of I literally have Google search terms, unusual plus robot plus 1980s, and some crazy cool stuff comes up. I guess that's my version of thrifting. It's still fun.
No, that's great. And I just hope nobody else does it since we said it on the air, because that was the problem with thrifting. As soon as somebody found out you can make money on eBay, that was bad. And then when thrift stores found out they can make money on eBay, it became untenable. They have the glass cases with the expensive stuff behind it that they already priced. I'm like, I'll go on eBay and get that myself.
I missed the wild west of eBay before there were even photographs, when people just had odd, vague descriptions of what they were selling, and you rolled the dice.
Good luck. I swear I have this. Yeah.
Right.
So hey, listen.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You go ahead. I wanted to ask my final question. Do you have anything cool coming up you want to talk about? Videos that you're working on? Anything you want to plug or promote? Because you're here because I want people to know about you. And I found you fascinating in the way you do it.
Well, thank you. Is there something specific planned? There's always things planned. Tons of things I'm working on. I never know what's going to be exciting to people and what's not. Some of the episodes I was the most excited about got 100 views. And some of the ones like the GoBots one where I was like, no one's going to watch this, blew up. So the best I can say is every Saturday at 9 a.m. I drop a new Beyond Transformers episode. Most Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. George drops his Classic Comics Are Great shorts. And in between sometimes we drop some other things as well. But the Classic Comics Forum, if you like talking about anything nerd related, 24 hours a day, there are people on there having conversations, including right now. And it's a place to make some great friends for life, where real conversation happens. So check that out as well.
Thanks for coming here. Thanks for helping this community survive, to grow, to be a positive thing. It's rare these days to have such a close-knit community that's built around positivity and just to get away from politics. To not include that sort of stuff is hard. I know you're doing a lot of work, and thank you so much, everybody. Please support Jeff. Please check out Classic Comics Forum, the website and the YouTube. I found him via the YouTube. If you watch this episode, you're going to love what he has out there. So, Jeff, thanks for being here. I'd love to have you back sometime. You're an amazing guest.
Thanks so much. It was a pleasure, and I can't wait to come back again.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. You have a great night. And again, comments, anything you want to send for Jeff, send it to us. Any links we have will be down in the comments below in the edited version. See you, everybody. Have a great night. Be safe. Have a great one. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Be safe out there. Treat each other well. See you. Have a great one. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Be safe out there. Treat each other well.